Yes guys, this is Goals and Gossip. Welcome back to another video. The first game week of the Premier League season is done, and what a week it was. It always throws up surprise results in the first week, and as a Spurs fan, I especially loved it. Today though, I'm back with the new series. I've started a couple new series on my channels and haven't really finished them, but this one I definitely will be finishing. At the end of each game week, I'll be giving you my ballers and flops of the week. This will also come alongside my game week predictions, which I will be providing on the Friday or Thursday of the week. I'm going to give you 5 ballers and 5 flops from the week, and obviously you can let me know what you think over on my Instagram at @goalsandgossip_. I'll leave it in the description. But guys, let's get straight into it. First player, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. As a Tottenham fan, or as a neutral fan as well, you would have known it was coming. Heung-min Son, what a player this boy is. He's going to be especially huge to Tottenham if we lose Harry Kane this summer. It's becoming increasingly unlikely, even though he was not in the squad yesterday, but Son is a huge player for us with or without Kane. And I'm ecstatic that he signed a new 5-year deal. Realistically, the only way Spurs were going to score against Man City was off the counter-attack. And you knew that if Spurs were to score off the counter-attack, he'd be involved. But look, Son is my first ball of the week. First flop of the week then, another player that featured in this game, but for the opposition team, Jack Grealish. If you know me, I love Jack Grealish as a player, but this just wasn't his day. Purely for Tanganga having an absolute worldie of a game. He did get kicked the hell out of, but if you've even watched Jack Grealish from 190 minutes, you'd know that he's the most foul player in the Premier League. Tanganga, especially, he was the culprit most of the time, but what a game he had. Jack Grealish, I think he was good at the start of the game. He earned City that very dangerous free kick early in the game, which Gundogan just tipped over. He's an exciting player, and he definitely will succeed at Man City, but this week it just wasn't his week. Sorry, Jack. The next ball of the week then, another one you would have definitely seen coming, Bruno Fernandes. And for this week, I can't call him Bruno Fernandes because none of his goals that he scored was penalties. A couple of lucky finishes, but the third one was exquisite, and one reason why he definitely is a huge part of Man United's team this season. Bruno Fernandes' record in the Premier League is actually quite brilliant. He scored 29 goals in 52 games, alongside 19 assists. That's nearly a goal or assist in every game, and I mean, I thought he was going to do well against Leeds, but not that good. I didn't make him captain in my FPL. That went to Salah. But he had a pretty good week as well. I think a lot of people did well on FPL. But Bruno Fernandes, Man United fans worship you. The next flop of the week then. This is a flop, but it's tight because I picked Sadio Mane. He didn't get a goal or assist against Norwich. Obviously, they won 3-0. I think a player of his calibre really should be scoring against someone like Norwich, but he didn't. And obviously Salah and Jota shared the goals, as well as Roberto Firmino. Mane obviously didn't have his greatest season last season by any stretch of imagination, and he'll know that too. He's been linked with moves to Real Madrid, PSG, all those moves in the past, and I would back him still to have a brilliant season this season. Next baller of the week then, it's only one man. Trevor Chalobah. He's had quite a few loans, Trevor Chalobah, but he's come back to Chelsea and he looks a great player. Obviously, he's won the Super Cup against Villarreal on penalties, but Trevor Chalobah scored that worldie of a goal. Must have been from about 25 yards, 20 yards out. It sneaked in that bottom left-hand corner, and he also got a clean sheet as well. Loans at Ipswich, Huddersfield and Lorient wouldn't have been too easy, especially the Lorient, going abroad. But he did actually score a combined total of 5 goals in those loans in the league, so you know, he has got a goal in him. Fair play, Trevor Chalobah. You're the third ball of the week. So the third flop of the week then, another player I absolutely love to watch. He's probably my second favourite player at Man City, behind De Bruyne. Riyad Mahrez. I think I love watching him play. His dribbling is insane, but he had a quiet game and he missed another huge chance. I say another because he missed a huge chance in the Community Shield as well. His finishing is sometimes off the rail, Riyad Mahrez. I think he'd say that too. He can curl a wonderful ball into the top corner and no one's taken that away from him, but sometimes his finishing can be a bit off. Man City just needed someone to put away a chance, and Grealish, De Bruyne and Mahrez all had attempts. None of them could convert though. This obviously brings the news about Harry Kane. Will he go? Will he stay? Pep Guardiola is probably praying he goes, because in that game, especially against Spurs, they needed someone to put away a chance. Riyad Mahrez though, sorry mate, third flop of the week. Fourth and penultimate ball of the week then is Said Benrahma. Said Benrahma had a brilliant pre-season, and that is why a lot of people thought he'd do decent this season. 1 goal, 1 assist against Newcastle, and could this be his year to break through after a quite hefty fee from Brentford. I think it was something like 25 mil, which is quite expensive for someone coming out of the Championship. But you all know he has talent. He can score from a lot of angles. He's got brilliant tricks in his locker. There's many other players that could have gone in Ballers of the Week this week. But for me, Benrahma had to get a spot. Benrahma, though, you do question if he can stay. Obviously, West Ham have the Europa League this year, which obviously they're going to be trying to do well in. And that does start in a few weeks. So you question that if someone like Lanzini would maybe take his place in the Premier League and if he moves over to the Europa or vice versa. But yeah, the only thing for West Ham this year is I think they will finish around 11. But easily they could end up a bit further down that table if they have someone like Antonio who really could have made this Ballers of the Week. Richarlison, another one to miss out if they get injured, and West Ham could be really, really in trouble. Full flop of the week then. There had to be an Arsenal player in there. There had to be an Arsenal player in there. Even though I'm a Tottenham fan, it's an awful result for Arsenal. It is an awful result. Like, no one can get away with that. I know the fans would have been a big boost to Brentford, but you've just lost to a playoff promotion team. I know Brentford had a bit in their locker, and they were actually decent. Ben White, for me, 50 million. I expected, if you bring someone in for 50 million, you expect them to have an instant impact. Not someone that for a few months is just adapting. You expect them to have an instant impact, especially Ben White, someone that was in the England squad over the summer, didn't get any minutes. However, he has also been playing in the Premier League, so he didn't need that adaptation period particularly. Some of the ways he got shoved to one side and tricked to the other by Mbeumo and Ivan Toney and Sergio Canos, I mean, it was laughable sometimes. But I do think Ben White will do well. Not really restructure their defence, but I do think he will be brilliant for Arsenal this season, as they really do need a proper centre-back. But he didn't show his qualities against Brentford. Last ball of the week then, we've got to go to Paul Pogba. 4 assists. I don't think he'll ever do that in his career. Be played off the park, Paul Pogba. We know he has this quality, though. We know he has this quality. His attitude and stamina and injuries just fail to show that sometimes. He played off the left, which I'm still waiting to see whether he will still be playing on the left when Cavani comes back, because I think Greenwood could move out there or when Rashford's back from injury. But Pogba will probably stay in the 8, so he probably won't have that many attacking returns this season, apart from that game. But yeah, Paul Pogba, congratulations, mate. You're the last ball of the week. Last flop of the week then, Adama Traore. He's been linked with moves to Leeds and even Spurs this summer, but the way he played against Leicester, I don't think he has proper quality. I won't actually be complaining if he does come to Spurs, guys. Like, don't like send me this saying, oh, but what about, you said about Adama Traore, like, he doesn't have any quality. But I would take him at Spurs because I think we have people to finish the chances. But even that one-on-one, you might not have seen it, but he goes through, he gets threaded through. He never really looks that comfortable and he just slots it wide. A few seasons ago, he could have been finding that top corner, but I think last season especially, his confidence was shot so much with the injury of Raul Jimenez, and now we have to play a Fabio Silva instead. Adama Traore also didn't really get any minutes at the Euros. He could have been brilliant for Spain, and that is the worst when you get Adama running at you. But they didn't, and his confidence will be a bit shot down, but look, flop of the week. Yes guys, so that wraps up the video. If you enjoyed this, smash a massive like down below, and if you want me to continue this series, also let me know on my Instagram and smash a massive like down below too. Obviously follow all my social medias if you haven't already. The links will be in the description, and obviously subscribe if you're new. Let's try and get up to 300 subscribers very, very soon. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.